Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today is going to be packing for pony camp. So tomorrow I'm off to a 4-day camp. It's not with Pony Club, it's like an external one. So I thought that I would go through everything that I'm bringing for the horse and for the rider, and just to help you out if you ever feel confused on what you need to bring. So I guess we'll jump right into it. So the first thing you'll need for the horse is a grooming box. I've had this one for a few months now. I spray printed it myself because I wanted a green one. And I'll show you what you need inside. The first brush you'll need is a body brush. This is one of the more basic ones. I use this to get off sweat and dust. It's really good at that because it's got much finer bristles, and I need to clean it because there's dust going everywhere. The second brush you'll need is a hoof pick. This is the one I've got. Everything's like a zebra pattern, I don't know why, but it's nice, it's green. The hoof pick I use has obviously the pick here and a brush here. So it's very easy to like scrape out all the mud and then just dust it all off afterwards. And then the last small brush you'll need is a face brush. This again, zebra pattern. This is a really fine brush and it's really small. It is designed for the face. It's much more delicate, so it doesn't hurt if it goes in their eyes, which you shouldn't put in their eyes anyway. I don't know why you would do that. So yeah, very important, you need this. So if you go under the tray and move downwards, the first thing I've got is a sponge. Sponges are very useful for after you've finished riding and you need to wash them down. Also, you could have a spare one if you're planning on cleaning your tack, which I know if you're doing Pony Club camp, that's a must do because tack can turn out every morning, which is the bane of my existence. So yeah, this is just a sponge, and obviously normally they'll provide you with water. Another great thing to have if you're washing is one of these brushes. It's like a fine body brush here, but also it's got a sponge in the middle, so this is really good for like brushing them and washing them. I use this one a lot. Then obviously after you've finished washing, you can use a sweat scraper. This obviously has that very like rubbery thing here, which is what you use to scrape off all the sweat and water after you finished washing, and you must do that obviously to dry them off. Then down here you have the dandy brush. This is much thicker bristles and they're much harder. This is used for getting off like mud and everything, but to be honest, I feel like these brushes are a bit more outdated with the new magic brush, which is a bit more efficient and better at it. So speaking of it, here is the magic brush. My one is destroyed because my dog chewed them up. So this is the official magic brush one. They come in a pack of 3, so I got the green set. So I've got a dark green one, I've got a light green one, and I got like a yellowy greeny one here as well. And finally, of course, you'll need a mane and tail brush. So you use this to brush their mane and tail before you go on a ride. That's it for the brushes. I think that's all you really need. So moving on. So up next is the tack. Obviously there's no point going riding if you don't have any tack, so I don't think you'd even be allowed to go. So obviously saddle and bridle is the main thing. Obviously a martingale as well if your horse used one. You'd also need to clean your tack as well when you're there, so I'm bringing some leather wipes just to quickly get off any dust or dirt. So in terms of saddle pads, I recommend you bring 1 per day, because normally a day consists of quite a few lessons, and obviously the horse will get very sweaty and the numbner will get very sweaty, and normally you won't have anything to wash your numbners off, so it's much easier to just bring lots of fresh ones for each day. So obviously I'm going for 4 days, so I'm just going to bring 4 numbners. And then also half pads, you'll need them as well if you're going riding. Obviously you only really need 1 because they don't get dirty. So I'm using one which our saddle fitter gave to us because Vinny's got a weird back. And in terms of bridle, all you have to do is just check your existing bridle. Just make sure that all the straps are all okay and that they're not breaking or getting loose, because you don't want to snap a bridle halfway around the cross-country course. And just make sure that you check your saddle as well. And on any pieces of leather, make sure that the stitching is okay. You don't want any loose stitching, especially on the girth and the stirrup leathers, as the stirrup leathers have been known to break in the past. And also make sure that your reins are okay with no loose stitching either, because you don't want your reins snapping halfway around the course either. Obviously you'll have to be feeding your horse during camp, and it's very handy to have already prepared meals for them. So for every night, my mum has very kindly prepared for me a meal for each day. So here's one for Thursday. So she just wrote dinner, Thursday, and soak, because I have to soak Vinny's feed. And then she also packed a little breakfast, so it's just chaff, and I give him 1 scoop with some carrots, and I have to soak that as well. The reason we soak Vinny's feed is just because if it's dry, he can show symptoms of colic. He doesn't actually have it, but he just shows all the symptoms, so it's just easier to make it soak for him. So obviously you have to have things to smuck out with, because you have to smuck out your own stable at camp. So we've just got like a new little wall of all of our utensils. So what you'll really need is a pooper scooper. This one's brand new, we got this the other day. A brush is also handy as well, and also a shovel might come in handy as well. And also if your horse is going to be stabled, a stable rug is always necessary. Vinny's going to be stabled, so I'm bringing his one. We haven't actually used it yet, we bought it when we got him, but there's really been no need to use it, so we haven't really opened it. Vinny's only going to be stabled, so we don't really need it, but obviously if your horse is being turned out for camp, then obviously you'll need a turnout rug as well. And obviously you need to bring a water bucket and a feed bucket. Don't forget your body protector, hat, boots and gloves. And with your hat, make sure that you have the up-to-date Pony Club tag. So now that we've done all the horses, it's time to pack for ourselves. So my dad very kindly got me a very small suitcase for Christmas. And this is a perfect opportunity to use it, because when you're going on a pony camp, it's very important that you don't pack too much for yourself, because there's no need to have like a really big heavy suitcase that's just going to drag you down and it's like extra weight. All you need for yourself is literally just some clothes. I would recommend, 3 pairs of footwear, your riding boots, your wellies and some comfy shoes. So I'm going to be wearing my Nikes because they're really comfy, I'm going to be wearing my wellies, and I'm going to be wearing my riding boots, and those are the 3 things I'm bringing. And then in terms of clothing, you want the breeches you'll need. So it's 4 days for me, so I'm going to be bringing 2 pairs of breeches. These are the John Whitaker ones. I've had the blue one for a while now, and I just got the black ones, and I just love them so much, they're really comfy, so I'm definitely bringing them. In terms of clothing, you'll want to have obviously t-shirts and even hoodies, because you never know when the weather might take a turn for the worst, and it's better to have something to keep you warm. And especially now that it's in March, we're on the border of like getting to warm weather, but we're still kind of at cold weather, so I'm definitely going to be bringing a few hoodies and some coats. That's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope that it helped you out when it comes to you when you're packing for your camp. Like I've said throughout this video, I've been saying pony camp, but for me this is actually more of a training camp. But we are going to be having a pony camp in, I think, May or June, so I can't wait for that. All my friends will be there. So I'm just going to enjoy this camp. Like, I think it's my first time doing cross country on Vinny since I first had him, so it's going to be fun. I need to do it anyway, because obviously I need to get cross country out the way before I can start eventing, so hopefully it all goes well, and I'll see you soon, hopefully with a vlog of the actual camp itself. Bye bye. Oh yeah, and don't forget the horse.